Newer, fresher. Hits 96.
Let's go. Number one.
We're number one for new music.
Go. 96. Newer, fresher.
Blasting out the biggest hits all over the internet on the best online station. This is 96 Radio. Newer, fresher.
To the Batmobile. Let's go.
Newer, fresher. 96.
In your mind, picture the best hot dog ever. Like, what would that be? What are the ingredients on top? What is how it's cooked? Well, we'll talk about what people said about their perfect hot dog. Coming up in just a few more minutes, talking about hot dogs, we'll talk about hot dog styles. There's each state has a different craving for a different type of hot dog. We'll talk about what those are and some of the top questions Google was asked during the month of June. The details on all of this coming up as we have more. The Terry Dean program on the way.
Newer,
Fresher.
hits 96.
Asia Pop 40.
What's going on, Asia? This is Joey Zhao, and this week on the show, we'll be counting down all the tunes you've been streaming the most this week on your devices. It'll be all the songs you know and love, as well as the latest and the greatest tracks from all over the world. This is Asia's own charts, and you won't want to miss it. All that and more on Asia Pop 40, every Saturday and Sunday from 8 a.m. right here on 96 Radio. 96 Radio.
Newer, fresher.
Well, Google decided to put out its information about some of the trends people are looking for. And they described it as the who, what, when, where, and why that they've been getting as far as questions. For instance, the who is the hot dog girl, who apparently has been blowing up on social and her R-rated information. What is Juneteenth? When is the presidential debate? Where is Suri Cruz going to college? A lot of people, why do people want to know that? Well, she's 18 now and people are all concerned about Suri Cruz. And why has J.Lo canceled her tour? By the way, she did cancel her tour because, one, to spend more time with family, but also she hasn't been selling as many tickets as she used to.
Newer, fresher. Hits 96.
Well, each place has their own style of hot dog, and according to Google Trends, they recently looked at some of the different styles from different places when it comes to hot dogs. We'll talk about some of those on the way in just a few minutes.
Newer, fresher. Hits 96.
Something hot is coming in this October 2024. You want to get rocked? Yeah, it's time to have a good time. Rock your body. Firehouse, live in Indonesia. Friday, October 18, 2024. Live from the Casablanca Hall, Jakarta. Let's have a good time with Firehouse and bring back all your love memories. Firehouse, live in Indonesia. Friday, October 18, 2024. Live from the Casablanca Hall, Jakarta. Get your tickets now. More info, click firehousejkt.com. Brought to you by Color Asia Live.
Have you ever tried a Korean hot dog? That's the top search for a bunch of states this year. It's kind of like a corn dog, but with a different type of batter. There is the Sonoran hot dog. That's in Arizona, Colorado, and Kentucky. It's kind of like a hot dog and a taco together. The Crescent Roll hot dog was another popular search for New Mexico. Basically, they're pigs in a blanket, but with more cheese. White hot dog, number one in New York, especially in upstate New York. It's a combination of pork, beef, and veal. The red hot dog, number one in Georgia, North Carolina, and New Hampshire. It's actually two different types. It's a spicy hot dog in the South. In the Northeast, it's one with a red casing that you're just kind of used to. They call them snappers in Maine.
Here's the thing about countdown shows. You know exactly how they're going to end. But here's the thing about my countdown show, World Pop Radio. Yes, you know it's going to end at number one, but each and every week, we count down the hits from a different country, all in an effort to show that no matter where you go on this big globe of ours, typically, we're all connected together through a universal love of music. Catch World Pop Radio, Thursdays and Fridays from 10 a.m. on 96 Radio.
Newer, fresher. 96.
udah telat banget nih gue. Ini lagi di depan, lama banget sih jalannya. Lewat trotoar aja ah.
Aduh, sejak kapan sih trotoar bisa dipakai sama pengendara motor? Kalau kayak gini kan jadi gue yang sakit.
Aduh maaf banget Mbak. Mbak nggak apa?
Mana? Ini tuh trotoar, bukan jalan raya.
Penggunaan trotoar selain untuk kepentingan pejalan kaki adalah pelanggaran dan bentuk perampasan hak pejalan kaki.
This public service announcement brought to you by Ninetysix Radio. Newer, fresher.
96.
Sure.
I love the DJs, love the music.
Hits. Newer, fresher. 96.
Earlier, we were talking about hot dogs and the different styles, but when it comes to you, if you were asked to build your own perfect hot dog, what would that hot dog look like? We'll talk about that coming up in just a few more minutes as we have more of the Terry Dean program coming up.
96. My radio. Newer, fresher.
Taylor Swift.
96.
Music, please.
96. 96.
Let's go!
Newer, fresher.
According to usfoods.com, they asked several Americans, a couple of thousand, about what their ideal hot dog would look like. Here's what people had to say. 73% of Americans would prefer mustard on their hot dog. Ketchup, which is a no-no in the Chicago area, was 62%. Then add onions, relish, chili, got at least 50%. People said the perfect hot dog would have a combination of things, mustard, ketchup, relish, onions, and chili. But it also should be grilled and come in a white bun, not a wheat bun. The top sides for a hot dog are French fries, potato salad, and or chips. And 91% of Americans like hot dogs and eat an average of 2 a month.
Something hot is coming in this October 2024. You want to get rock? Yeah, it's time to have a good time. Rock your body. Firehouse, live in Indonesia. Friday, October 18, 2024. Live from the Casablanca Hall, Jakarta. Let's have a good time with Firehouse and bring back all your love memories. Firehouse, live in Indonesia. Friday, October 18, 2024. Live from the Casablanca Hall, Jakarta. Get your tickets now. More info, click firehousejkt.com. Brought to you by Color Asia Live.
Newer, fresher. Hits 96.
Almond, chocolate mint, mari biskuit.
Coklat cashew, tiramisu, coklat blueberry hazelnut, salted caramel, peanut butter, strawberry, bebas atau sama cap.
Aduh, lagunya nggak muat. Susu Cimory rasanya banyak banget.
Newer, fresher.
Hai kawan muda, sekarang kamu bisa dengerin Ninetysix Radio via Noise.
96.
But can you imagine going over to your grandma's house and she's like, I need to get something done. Can you go grab the hammer for me? And when you go to grab grandma's hammer, you find out it's a grenade. It actually happened in China. We'll talk about that coming up.
Newer, fresher. Hits 96.
Now, this is a story out of China. A place called OddityCentral.com had this, where workers in northern China were demolishing an old house. And they had to call the bomb squad because they found a live grenade. Why? Because the 90-year-old woman who lived in the house found it in a field some time ago. She don't know how it got there. It was not exploded. She thought it was a hammer and used it as such for 20 years. It's a World War II era grenade with a wooden handle. She just thought it was a tool. She told police she had been using it to hammer nails and also as a nutcracker. Can you imagine Grandma almost blowing herself up every time she wanted to crack some nuts?
96.
Pilihin dong foto aku. Yang bagus yang mana nih?
Adek, nyetir aja dulu, jangan selfie-selfie.
Yang ini cantik nggak? Jelek ya? Ulang.
Awas di depan. Aduh.
Jangan menggunakan smartphone ketika mengemudi. Waspada di jalan, tertib, dan toleransi.
This public service announcement brought to you by 96 Radio. Newer, fresher.
Newer, fresher. Hits 96.
Well, a fashion industry icon was shot to death on this date. Do you know who I'm talking about? If you don't, we'll give you the whole backstory on this coming up in just a few more songs as we're continuing on with the Terry Dean program.
Newer, fresher. Hits 96. Newer, fresher.
Hi, I'm Ed Sheeran.
Hi, I'm Harry Styles. Fresher. Let's go! 96. 96.
Sayang, aku gak sabar deh mau nonton band favoritku. Semoga lagu kita dinyanyiin ya. Gak sabar buat singelong. Ih, dari tadi cuma ham aja jawabnya. Kamu kenapa sih?
Aku lagi gak pede nih. Dari tadi ngerasa kurang seger nafasnya.
Oh gitu. Nih, aku kasih Fisherman's Friend biar nafas kembali terasa segar dan bisa nyanyi lagu favorit kita.
Hai friends, musim konser udah balik lagi nih. Saatnya bikin pengalaman nonton konser makin segar bersama Fisherman's Friend. Tersedia dalam banyak varian rasa yang bisa kita nikmati. Ada sugar free lemon, blackcurrant, spearmint, honey and lemon, dan masih banyak lagi. Fisherman's Friend juga bisa memberikan sensasi melegakan di tenggorokan, biar bisa puas nyanyi seharian di konser artis favorit kita. Dengan kemasan Ziploc, dijamin tetap fresh dan higienis, dan pastinya gampang dibawa kemana aja.
Fisherman Friend, nafas segar, nonton konser lancar.
Newer, fresher, 96.
Let's find out what happened on this day back in 1940, where the tallest man in history, Robert Wadlow, died at the age of 32. At his death, he stood 8 feet, 11 inches. In 1986, Columbia Records cut ties with Johnny Cash. In 1988, the very first dime was released. It must have been a Christmas in July sort of thing. In 1994, Hulk Hogan admitted under oath in a New York courtroom that he did take steroids between the years of 1976 to 1989 to, quote, get big. And it was 1997. Gianni Versace was shot to death outside of his home in Miami. The man believed to be the gunman was a suspected serial killer, Andrew Cunanan, and he was found dead 8 days later on a boat owned by Versace.
96. Newer, fresher.
Hi, this is A.Rivai.
Newer, fresher. Turn up the volume. 96. Newer, fresher. Hits 96.
Sabrina Carpenter.
Hi, I'm Sabrina Carpenter, and this is
96. Newer, fresher.